Much of the wood turn jewelry that my wife and I make involve mounting small pieces of wood on a faceplate. I prefer to do this using double-faced tape that's sometimes sold as woodturners tape. Although similar results can be achieved with other double-sided tapes, for example, carpet tape, there are a few reasons for my choosing this type. It's a cloth-backed tape with a strong pressure-sensitive adhesive. It's available in sizes that work well for my projects, and I generally purchase 1-inch by 36-yard rolls. And most importantly, it handles very easily, so I don't feel like I'm fighting the tape. To use it, I cut a length of tape with the knife and press it onto a smooth, flat waste block attached to my faceplate or multi-axis jig. Then I make a single slice through the release paper that makes it easy to remove the paper. Using a circle template, I've penciled in the perimeter and the center of the pendant. To keep the required cuts as gentle as possible, I've used a bandsaw to remove the corners of the original square-shaped blanks. The back of the pendant is already flat and smooth, so it will bond well with the tape. Then I use the point of my live center to position the blank on the tape. When wood turning, it's generally a good practice to keep the tailstock in use whenever possible. This is especially true when you're using tape. As mentioned earlier, the adhesive is pressure activated. I originally used a square block of wood to press the blank into the tape, but I improved the process by making some jam blocks that slip over the threads of my live center. This makes activating the adhesive easier because I don't have to hold the block during positioning, and it stays out of the way when roughing to round. I made various sizes to match the diameter of typical items that I turn. I used Forstner bits to bore holes in each one to match the live center. A through hole in each block makes them easy to store on a dowel. There's an O-ring on each end of the dowel, keeping them together. Although the adhesive is strong, you can shift the blank's position unintentionally if you apply a lot of forward pressure with your tools. Therefore, whenever possible, I try to direct the tool's pressure towards the headstock instead of towards the center of the blank. This technique works equally well when using conventional gougers and also with carbide tip tools. I check my progress every once in a while, either by stopping the lathe or by resting the tool under circumference and feeling or hearing if the tool bounces, which would indicate that it's not totally round yet. After roughing, it's time to remove the tailstock and do any turning on the face of the piece. Then it's time to remove it from the tape. Of course, make sure the lathe is stopped before using any of these techniques to remove the piece. Most often, just sliding a blade between the work and the waste block will let you gently pry the piece forward. Be careful not to scratch the back of the work. For very delicate items, I've used dental floss similarly to the way one uses a cheese wire. Wrap the floss around your fingers or around a couple of dowels and slide it down behind the workpiece. Once again, remember that the lathe is turned off when using the floss. Here I'm showing 2 concentric pieces that have been removed. To finish it up, I usually use paper toweling dipped in naphtha to clean up any adhesive residue from the workpiece. I hope you find these tips and techniques helpful in your own wood turning projects.